How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be looking at a new outdoor enclosure I've just made. We're going to set it up, but the difference with this one is that it's not actually for blue-tongued skinks like these, but it's for my desert dragons. So here we have it. It's a big wooden box style enclosure. The difference is the front, where the lid is, it's on an angle. This allows more sun to get in for a longer amount of time. That's really good for the desert dragons. And it's 1200 long by 300 high at the front and 500 high at the back, and then it's 600 deep. So yeah, it's a decent size enclosure. You could keep a bluey in this, no problem. So the enclosure has some really open wire. This is way better than fly screens, so it lets in a lot more UV light. And then there's no wire on the sides, unlike the blue tongue enclosures, because the dragons are more prone to nose rubbing. So that prevents against that, and it keeps them feeling more safe in there. So yeah, we'll get all this crap out and start setting it up. A few things to mention about this enclosure is that all the wood has been covered in pond sealer, so that should be pretty resistant to any water. And of course, like, it's all been siliconed and stuff like that, so nothing's going to fall through. And I'm also going to put some flue on around the top edges of the enclosure so I can chuck in roaches and other live insects like that, and they won't be able to climb out and escape. So it's going to be really cool.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to obviously put the substrate in, and I know this is already going to trigger people. I get so many comments on my YouTube about keeping animals on sand. Sand is not a problem. As long as you have your correct husbandry, mostly correct temperatures and diet and hydration, sand can be passed through the animal, no problem. It's only bad keepers who have problems with impaction from sand. Now that's out of the way, let's add it in.
Get a nice little layer. So after everything's covered in a decent sort of layer, deep enough for them to dig around in a bit, I'm going to do it up one side a bit, over the back there, so I can do a little bit of burrowing and stuff in there. So lucky for me, I've already got all my accessories to add in, so we'll just start chucking stuff in. This is probably my favourite thing in the setup, this big awesome bit of wood that I've found. It's good for basking, and they can even burrow, make burrows under it probably, so chuck that in there. Something like that, they can get some nice sun up here on the branch. Do some burrowing under there, you know. Good stuff. Next, every enclosure needs some sort of rock. Of course, you should give every reptile access to water, so we've got a water bowl. I'll put that there. Reptiles obviously like to hide, so I've got this different sort of tree hollow burrow thing. I'll put that in somewhere. So we have the sort of dugout burrow thing that I reckon the netted will like there. And now we have two raised basking spots. 2 sticks there, and then I guess the last thing we'll add in is this sort of fake rock termite mound thing I made ages ago for indoor enclosures. Probably chuck it in the back here as another spot where they can get up towards the light. So that's looking pretty good. It's best to keep it nice and simple like that. And then the last thing we'll do to add more of a naturalistic touch is my favourite, add in some gum leaves. Alright, so the gum leaves are in, gives it a bit of a leaf litter effect, a bit more natural. It's more just for enrichment for the animals. You can dig around in the leaves and that. And I changed it around in here a little bit. I got rid of this other branch because it just seemed like there was too much in there. And I put in this hide that they can get under if they want. That's pretty much all there is to it. I might change it to like a bioactive sort of setup in the future, but for now just keeping it easy, keeping it simple, you know. So yeah, we'll get the lizards in there and see how they like it. They're going to live out here over summer while it's warm, and yeah, they should have no problems in here. So here are the dragons. The netted dragon doesn't look too good at the moment because he's in shed. But yeah, we'll throw them in and see how they like running around. So yeah, as you can see, it's plenty of room for them in here. They're gonna love it. And put this in the shade so I can record the video better, but we'll move it out into the sun and see how they like basking. Okay, so there we have it. Dragons get lots of nice sun. You're gonna get nice and warm in here over summer. Of course, on like super hot days, I'll put it in the shade, stuff like that. On really cold, rainy days, I'll bring them back inside because they still got their enclosure inside. So yeah, I'm keen to see how the dragons do outside here. They should be pretty good. I've kept them outside before a few times, so shouldn't have any problems. And they'll definitely love all the sunlight. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more enclosure builds, enclosure setups, stuff like that, make sure you subscribe and check out my other videos. So I've done quite a few already and more to come in the future. So leave a comment if you have any questions and leave a like if you liked it, and I'll see you next time.